Hi, I hope all is well with you and that you're staying safe. This Shabbos is a special Shabbos. It's Shabbos Zachor, where we lay in Parshas Zachor, we lay in Parshas Vayikra, and as we all know, next week we usher in the Chag of Purim. And interestingly enough, there is a connection between these three events. We start with Sefer Vayikra, Parshas Vayikra, beginning a brand new Sefer. And it is said that in the 21st century, we don't exactly understand what Karbanos are all about. What exactly does the Ribono Shel Olam derive from our bringing a korban? Certainly it's been pointed out that the individual who brings a korban and places his hand on the korban and says vidui and confesses, that certainly causes him to think about what his life is about, what he's done wrong, and why he's bringing the korban. But there are other aspects to bringing a korban. There's the taking of the blood, sprinkling the blood on the mizbeach, burning some of the fats and some of the various pieces of the korban on the mizbeach. What exactly does the Ribono Shel Olam get from that? And in the 21st century, we say we really don't understand. But interestingly enough, the lack of understanding did not begin in the 21st century or even in the 20th century. Chazal have been grappling with the concept of korbanos from the time that the Ribono Shel Olam commanded us to bring korbanos. In fact, the Rambam considers korbanos as one of the chukim, one of the mitzvos that we have that we don't understand the reason. We bring korbanos because the Ribono Shel Olam has commanded us that we should do so. Which brings us to Parshas Zachor. You know, there are many holidays that we have during the course of the year, many chagim, that have various villains and a lot of drama. In Pesach, we have Paro and the Mitzrayim. Tisha B'Av, we have the Babylonians and the Romans. But in none of those cases are we commanded to destroy our enemies. We defeat them, but we don't have to destroy them. Purim is the only chag that we have that we are told that we have to destroy Amalek. And the question is why? And as we know, Haman stems from Amalek. And Amalek represented the antithesis of everything that the Ribono Shel Olam wants us to believe. Amalek said that everything is by chance, which is the reason why Purim, which is named after the poor, which is named after the lottery, that Haman drew to decide when to chas v'shalom annihilate all of Klal Yisrael. He felt it was just by chance. And the Ribono Shel Olam wants us to remember always that nothing is by chance. Chazal teach us that when Mashiach comes, we will no longer be celebrating any of the chagim with the exception of Purim. Purim is the only chag that we're going to be celebrating. And I can imagine if there are any mothers who are watching this, they're starting to cringe, thinking that for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to get my kids dressed up, Erev Purim, and spending who knows how much time debating what they're going to wear this particular year. Let's assume that when Mashiach comes, your children will be able to dress themselves. Nevertheless, Chazal teach us that Purim is the only chag that we're going to celebrate. And the reason for that is that Purim is the only chag where we are learning the concept of hashgacha pratis. The other chagim that we have, which are certainly very important, we commemorate the nisim that the Ribono Shel Olam brought about in order to save us. And on Purim, we're taught about hashgacha pratis. We're taught about the fact that the Ribono Shel Olam behind the scenes controls all aspects of our lives. And that's something that will be with us forever. When Mashiach comes, the bright light of the Ribono Shel Olam will permeate the world so that the nisim that took place on Sukkot on Pesach and on Shavuos will be dwarfed by the light that we'll see when Mashiach comes. But the concept of Hashgacha Pratis, the concept of the Ribono Shel Olam, running things behind the scene, will always remain. And it's a lesson that we have to learn then, but certainly we have to remember and learn it now. Regardless of what happens, Hakol Bidei Shamayim, the Ribono Shel Olam runs the world, and everything that happens, it happens for a reason, and that there is a plan. And in Mitzvah Hashem, we should understand that we don't understand the Karbanos, and we should understand that Amalek was totally evil, denying everything that we represent, and that Purim is a Chag where we understand that the Ribono Shel Olam loves us, cares for us, protects us, and only does what is good for us. So, Mitzvah Hashem, we should have a wonderful day and a Freilich Purim. Kol Tov.